Mr. President and members, the A11 amendment is a policy that has been recommended by a coalition that has been working for a number of years to increase the number of teachers of color in the classroom. Members, I have to tell you that this is one of the most popular supported ideas in education today. I receive calls from almost every district, every group, parents, students who support this idea. I did not receive a hearing. I was not able to present it in committee because my request for this particular bill had a tag of $85 million, which is what it will be required to really have an impact and be able to really work on the numbers that we need to work. So what I decided to do in order to move this amendment today was to take that money out and just leave the policy. And with this, members, what I plan to do is really strengthen the language that already exists in policy, that exists in education, and really strengthen some of the programs that exist today, and I'm going to explain to you what they are. For instance, right now we have some language that defines Grow Your Own program, which intends to really look at candidates and people that work in paraprofessional activities in the classroom and begin to recruit from within. In my own district, we have a lot of people who have been working with students who are very connected with the student community with my district, have been there for years. And what we would like to do is make sure that the language is clear and that we support these programs. And this amendment contains some of this language and strengthen the strategies for retention that already exist. The second part of the amendment includes an accountability report amendment that helps us understand what are some of the recruitment strategies that are being pursued by different districts and help us understand what is working, what is not working, and really see the numbers, because we see that many districts are really pursuing some very good strategies, and we need to learn from them. They are making progress on their numbers, very, not a lot of progress, but making some progress, and we want to learn from them. And the third part is really supporting programs that are in place today that we are funding, and I wish we really could invest more in these particular programs that are already tested, like the Collaborative Urban Program, the Greater Minnesota Educators of Color Program, and other programs that are in place. What many people in the state of Minnesota wanted us to do was to invest more in these programs, not just strengthen the programs in terms of policy. But for now, I think we're going to settle with that, and I want to read to you, members, some statistics that are just really alarming. In the state of Minnesota, we have approximately 300,000 children that are children of color and American Indian children. But out of the 63,000 teachers that we have in the public school systems today, only 2,700 of them are actually teachers of color and American Indian. That is less than 4%. We need to do better, members, and we need to invest. I am so disappointed that I was not even given a chance to talk about this issue in committee. Interestingly, I was invited to talk in the radio, I was invited to talk in TV, I was invited to many forums to talk about this issue because so many people really want us to do this. I was not given an opportunity to present this in committee. So many of the bills that were moved in committee were moved for possible inclusion, and I knew that it was unlikely that the chair was going to give me a chance to get a penny. But I wanted to have the conversation because I thought it was important that districts come and share with us some of the activities that they are engaging in to recruit teachers, some of the lessons that they are learning. I was not even given that opportunity. So I am asking for your support, members, because I believe that your districts really appreciate this, and I would like to ask for your support and your vote on this amendment. Thank you. A couple of things I need to let you know. Number one, this is a bill that I introduced really early. There were a number of people from the coalition who have been talking to the chair and to the members about. As I said, this is a bill that has been presented almost in every education forum in the last few weeks. So to say that, I just presented this amendment and the chair was not aware, as a matter of fact, Mr. President and members, I would like to let you know that I told the chair that I don't want a hearing on any of my bills. I only wanted a hearing on this bill. I was willing to do that because I care so deeply about this issue. And I know that I was carrying a message from 1,200 educators that worked very hard with the chair last year and with members in order to move this language. This is a very well-known bill. Almost everybody who's working in education has read it. So this is a very well-known proposal, and just to clarify, members, we're not investing in the recruitment of teachers of color or Native American teachers. If we were, the numbers will ultimately look very different. We wouldn't have less than 4% of teachers of color in the classroom if we were investing in teachers of color, of course. The programs that were presented are programs that could invest in recruiting teachers of color. They could, but they don't. We are only investing in a few programs, like the Grow Your Own program and the programs that I mentioned, and that's a $3,900,000, I believe the number is. That's all we have invested. We've talked about this for the last 15 years. And keep talking about it, keep talking about the number of children of color that we have in the classrooms, and now every year that number gets larger and larger. And the teachers that we're hiring simply do not reflect that population. They do not reflect their students. So members, we can say a few things, and we can read the numbers, we can present a message however we want to present it. But I want to encourage you to look at empirical numbers, and that is that less than 4% of teachers actually teaching in the classrooms today are teachers of color or indigenous teachers.